On the forecourt of the future, there won't be queues for petrol because the only thing on sale will be sustainable, locally sourced electrons. Well, that's one aim of today's net zero strategy, with nearly £1 billion more promised for green car grants and local charging networks. It's a level of support that's even surprised electric car campaigners, but many drivers like Andy are far from convinced.
I think the biggest challenge is going to be making sure the infrastructure is in place so that, if you've got all these electric cars on the road, well, are people actually going to be able to charge them? Yeah. So I think that's probably the biggest challenge, alongside, of course, providing support for people to make greener choices. You shouldn't be out of pocket for doing the right thing.
In addition to cars, there's more money for heat pumps, home efficiency and green aviation. According to Boris Johnson, the injection of public money will provide the spark for a privately funded industrial revolution.
Green is good. Green is right. Green works. We need urgent government action. But we must mobilise the markets. We must bring in the private sector, because I can deploy billions, with the approval of the Chancellor, obviously. But you in this room, you can deploy trillions.
But critics argue those taxpayer billions need to be tens of billions every year if we're going to get anywhere close to our climate targets.
There are two central questions about the strategy published today. Does it finally close the yawning gap between government promises and delivery? And will it make the public investment which is essential to ensure the green transition is fair and creates jobs? And I'm afraid the answer to both questions, despite what he said, is no. The plan falls short on delivery.
But what if the government persuades everyone to buy electric heat pumps in cars and then doesn't have enough electricity to run them? Today's strategy promises a new nuclear power plant, probably here next to Sizewell B in Suffolk, to help fill the gap. The size of this dome is quite deceptive because inside the nuclear reactor is only about 4 metres across. No other source of energy we've got quite packs the punch you get from splitting atoms. Heat from those nuclear reactions generates steam, which drives this turbine that makes enough electricity for more than 1 million homes. And Sizewell B has got 2 of these. 2 proposed reactors here would power 6 million more homes. The industry says nuclear is a natural fit.
The government and actually the public understand that if we're going to get to net zero, we need new nuclear, and we need to get on with it. 2050 is not very far away, and we need to have a decarbonised power supply by 2035.
The success of the strategy depends on whether businesses can get behind it and drive down the cost of going green so we can all afford the benefits. Right now, it's far from certain if that will happen, and net zero ambitions will remain just that. Tom Clark, Sky News.